Good morning. Actually, good afternoon. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon here in Japan on May the 9th. And in the photograph here, you can see Eto's store, which is open, and a lady walking out. And if we move the camera just a little bit over to the right, we can see a big tree blocking a closed shop, and nobody's there. That shop is in lockdown. But the shop on the left is not in lockdown. Can you guess where this is? Well, actually, it's very difficult to guess. It's a small town. You can see, if we focus in a little bit here, some white crosses on the pavement. And this is where the divide of the two countries is, the divide of the Netherlands and Belgium. So let's go over to page 2, look here at another picture, and we see that there's a lady here, and on the right, she's standing in an open door. Her shop is actually not open. On the right, he's standing in front of a closed door, but everything in Holland, not everything, a lot of things are open. Very interesting indeed there. Now, if we look at the second paragraph, we see that playing it safe, Ms. Regi Broek decided to follow Belgian law since her gallery is legally registered there, and she closed down her business. But it has been frustrating, she said, seeing customers walking in and out of the health and beauty supply shop right next door in the Netherlands. It's actually about 20 meters to the left. So, what I would like to say is in Belgium at the moment, there's some kind of fine. And in the other country, Netherlands, there isn't a fine. So looking at this way, if you go into the town and you don't know where you are, and a policeman gives you a fine of, say, 16 euros, your left leg might account for 8 euros fine, and your right leg might be a positive. So a minus and a plus equals a 0. So maybe you get 0 fine. That's a bit nonsensical. But anyway, here we are. We can see more clearly the dotted line between the two, and where rules vary door to door. And also, I would like to say that in this town, I'm not going to tell you the name of the town yet. There are enclaves of the Belgium side inside the Holland or the Netherlands side, and there's also enclaves of the Dutch side inside the Belgium. So this is even more confusing. And later on in the article for travelers, we find that people have no idea what they should be doing. On Monday, Belgium took a cautious first step away from its lockdown by restarting public transportation under the new rules. Masks are obligatory whilst travelling. Now, if you're on the other side, are they obligatory or not? People are not sure. So if you've got 1 foot in Belgium and 1 foot in Holland, you could wear half a mask. It's very, very interesting. You can imagine you have a mother on one side who left her daughter to go and meet her friend in Holland, say, and let's say that just for one instance, she catches COVID-18. Now, she comes back and she walks over back to the other side to Belgium, gives her mother, on return at dinner time, COVID-18. But let's say it's not 19, because I had this really strange dream last night in whereby I was talking to some doctor, a kind of godly doctor, and he was saying to me, yes, you've had, I said to the doctor, I've got 18 days I've had this cough. That's this dry cough. And he said, oh, yes, you had COVID-18. And then he said, and if you have it tomorrow, you'll have COVID-19. But then there's a kind of fuzziness in the not the film, but in the dream. And I say, look, it's the 20th day. I said, and then the godly doctor says, yeah, you got COVID-20. I said, oh, no, I got COVID-20. What does that mean? He says, well, that means it's 100% sure that you're going to be cured. But And then I realized, and then suddenly this kind of strange thing goes over me. I'm dead, and I did get COVID-19, and I did have the more serious version. But luckily, I had 20 it was in the year 2020, and I got a reprieve, if you like, from the godly figure. So I got COVID 2020, but I was completely cleaned. And I think, to be on a serious note here, we're all walking a very fine line in this life. But I think when we do part, and it is very serious for some people, it's such an excruciating experience. You lose a partner and you want to be with them, but I do feel that on the other side, we are all cleansed. And I'll go into this more deeply in another episode, but we're all cleansed. We're all in a much better realm, all in much better condition. So we're all walking a fine line between the right side and the left side and the middle side. And where are we in the sphere? And the purpose of this channel is to really get different views on the news and more ordinary situations. But we like to very deep into both sides of the line. Okay, thank you. This is kind of the trial tester. Thank you.